This is what narcissists dread most from their former supply. Believe me when I say that narcissists have irrational worries buried deep within their complex psyches. And when I say irrational fears, I don't mean your typical run-of-the-mill anxieties. I'm talking about fears that are out of this world. It is possible that the mind-boggling complexity of what keeps these mysterious beings up at night, eating away at the very essence of their existence, will surprise you. You have to understand that the thing that they hate the most is not the prospect of being embarrassed in public or of losing control of the situation, as one might anticipate. No, the Achilles heel of narcissists is the dread of abandonment, which is a profound anxiety that unfurls in their psyche like a tapestry of twisted emotions. This is the area in which narcissists are most vulnerable. Everyone, thank you for returning to this ongoing investigation into the nature of the human psyche. I wish for you that your travels through existence are filled with happiness and the revelation of who you truly are. In this particular exposition, we will make an attempt to decipher the complex riddle of narcissists and determine what causes them the greatest anguish in terms of an X-supply or a previous source of their narcissistic supply. In other words, we will try to solve the enigma of narcissists. Avert your gaze, for the terror that pulses through the bodies of these people is not only superficial, rather, it penetrates the depths of their most profound anxieties, penetrating their very essence and causing a significant impact. Brace yourselves. As we explore deeper into the recesses of their brain, we come to the startling realization that they are willing to go to extraordinary lengths in their frantic efforts to escape the terrifying specter of being abandoned. I'd like to extend an invitation to participate in our weekly live sessions right here on this channel on Tuesdays before we dive headfirst into this maze of feelings. You can find our weekly live sessions here. It is an opportunity for you, our valued audience, to get your questions addressed and to interact with a welcoming community that flourishes in the fluid ecology that our live chats provide. This community, which is a stronghold of empathy and solidarity, has a unique place in my heart, and I will be eternally grateful for the presence of each and every one of you. Feel free to read the community tab at your leisure in order to stay current on the exciting live sessions we have coming up. You won't want to miss out on the opportunity to be a part of this dynamic culture, which is fueled with curiosity and mutual support. Now let's turn our gaze toward the heart of the matter, the unfathomable fear that resides within narcissists. At its core, this trepidation is deeply entrenched in the concept of abandonment, a wound that cuts to the very marrow of their existence. These individuals, despite their often haughty facade, quiver at the thought of being deserted. It's the specter of you walking away, of you deciding that their manipulative tapestry of deceit no longer ensnares your heart, that sends them spiraling into an abyss of despair. Remember, dear observer, that narcissists possess a degree of self-awareness, even if it's hidden beneath layers of manipulation and deceit. Their actions are not mere chance occurrences. They are meticulously orchestrated, particularly when it pertains to you. They understand that your enlightenment regarding their toxic traits, your unmasking of their true nature, could lead to their undoing. The idea that their control over you might slip away is akin to facing an existential precipice, a chasm into which they dread to fall. The dread of abandonment courses through their veins, leaving scars on their very souls, and they will go to extraordinary lengths to forestall this looming fate. With this knowledge in hand, one must also recognize that narcissists are masters of entrapment. They employ manipulative tactics to keep you ensnared in the relationship, for the mere inkling of your departure sends shockwaves of rejection through their fragile egos. They will go to astonishing lengths to ensure your captivity, even if they lack the capacity to provide a wholesome and nurturing connection. In the labyrinth of their emotions, the terror of abandonment stands as their greatest and perhaps sole fear, a sentinel that guards their delicate, wounded hearts. Narcissists, intriguingly, do not always reappear in your life after a parting of ways, particularly if you've managed to inflict a profound narcissistic injury upon their fragile egos. It's when you've struck a blow to their carefully constructed facade, unearthed their true nature, or wounded them deeply that they shy away from returning. You see, this isn't merely a matter of pride. It's about their profound dread of being exposed and rendered vulnerable. The very thought of their true selves being unveiled, of others glimpsing the fractured mirror of their souls sends shivers down their spines. Why, you might ask, is this vulnerability such a massive trigger for narcissists? The answer lies in their relentless quest for validation from those in their immediate environment. They are, in essence, emotional validation seekers, for it is this affirmation that fuels their existence. The fear that those around them might uncover their artifice and deceit terrifies them because it jeopardizes their coveted source of emotional nourishment. Narcissists, you see, are dependent on others to affirm their worth and existence. Should the people in their orbit unravel the threads of their manipulation, the narcissist's supply of validation dwindles. This validation is their lifeblood, a sustaining elixir that keeps their emotional hunger at bay. The prospect of people departing or rejecting them stirs ancient, visceral memories of emotional abandonment etched into the very core of their being. It is vital to comprehend that narcissists operate with an agenda, and they are astutely aware of their manipulative stratagems. Yet they cling to these tactics with unwavering resolve because they prove effective in satisfying their unquenchable desires. Why mend what isn't broken? Fulfilling their needs is their paramount objective, for it affords them the sensation of being accepted, cherished, and recognized, a sensation that often eluded them during their formative years. Consider the irony. To secure the narcissistic supply they crave, they require a fragment of your heart. This necessitates vulnerability, the exposure of one's true self. A leap of faith, in essence, where you open the door to your innermost self in the hopes of receiving their validation. However, this is an arduous task for them, for the simple reason that they have lost sight of their true selves. Years of life spent mirroring others, becoming chameleons to obtain what they require, have left them disconnected from their genuine identities. Recognizing that their fear of abandonment is anchored in their tumultuous history and their relentless pursuit of emotional validation can empower you to perceive through the veils of their manipulation. Their ultimate aim is for you to linger, to love them, and to furnish the emotional sustenance they yearned for, but never truly received in their formative years. In this light, their actions emerge from a place of deep-seated trauma and their ego-driven selves, rather than a rational perspective. Absolutely, it's vital to understand that the fear of abandonment is a primary driver of a narcissist's behavior. This fear propels them to extreme measures to avoid exposure or rejection by those they've had relationships with. It's crucial for individuals dealing with narcissists to recognize this fear, as it can aid in disentangling from the manipulative tactics and focus on their own well-being. In summary, the fear of abandonment is deeply intertwined with the narcissist's quest for emotional validation. They often employ manipulation and mirroring to secure a semblance of acceptance, all the while emphasizing their own needs over forming genuine connections. This behavior stems from unmet childhood needs and past traumas, making it imperative to acknowledge and comprehend this fear. Doing so can empower individuals to break free from the grasp of narcissistic manipulation and prioritize their own mental and emotional health. If you find yourself ensnared in a trauma bond with a narcissist, there are resources available to help you understand and, more importantly, break free from this damaging connection. Feel free to inquire if you have any further questions or if there's anything specific you'd like to explore on this topic or related subjects.